another chapter review of Samurai 8. Today we are looking at chapter 5. So we basically started where we left off at last chapter, and this chapter again establishing certain ground rules and letting you understand what the samurai is all about. I can see this thing actually pushing forward to be a long journey because of how fast-paced they are with the lore of the game and certain rules, so that way they just want the viewer to understand that the samurai in this specific comic or manga, whatever you prefer to call it, they don't just have katana as weapons. It's basically established that the samurai has more weapon than just using a katana. Also, the main weapon of a samurai is what they call the samurai sword, which was again established in the first chapter when we first saw Hachimaru fight the first samurai that he encountered, when his father was hiding, when the samurai came up and tried to get that samurai sword, and he used the sword that he used. I think it was called like the dog drinker, whatever the name is. So here is Daroma even go further to establish and tell us exactly what a samurai holder is capable of doing. And here we learn that a samurai holder is actually more important to a samurai than anything else, because a samurai holder is basically a shield. He's also a partner, and he can only belong to one samurai as long as the samurai has a keybone handle. And from what it seemed, because at one point he was even talking and he said that whenever you have a keybone, that holder that you have will belong to you. So I'm guessing that if somebody else get a keybone from you, then that samurai will be able to control your holder. So that's already something very interesting, because that's kind of where it is going toward. That's at least the vibe that I'm getting from reading this. I'm like, okay, so that's kind of interesting, because you can also see that at the beginning of the chapter, Daroma literally opened the secret door behind the tree, behind the house of Hachimaru's. I guess that's where Hachimaru's father also went when he kind of had that flashback of that masked dude, the samurai that was like, I will find you one day, or I will track you down. And that's why he went and hid a keybone. So Daroma just went there like a hidden door. He found it and he just got there and he saw this holder that was in there, and he also found the key, the bone handle. And he's like, oh, okay, so looks like Hachimaru's dad even know where to place this thing. So that again, that even further elaborate to the idea that Hachimaru's father is really either he's the samurai and that holder was his, or that is something he's told or took from someone else. So he just goes into the door, find this holder that's right there, and then he can use it because of the key, the bone holder. As long as you have that, you can control any holder, and they can be, I guess, loyal to you only when you have that. So it's not really about loyalty, it's more of like just you having the right thing to control them or have them to be on your side. So I wonder how that's going to be if like they're in battle and you happen to lose your holder, your bone handle. Then will your holder still be loyal to you, or will he switch side to the enemy? Because even when they got attacked to this weird monster thing, whatever you want to call them, those what's the word I'm looking for here? They get attacked. Basically, they go through the journey where they're supposed to go to train, where Daroma is going to train Hachimaru. And once they get there, they need to go through this passageway. And Daroma fell asleep on the way. And Hachimaru is supposed to take over now, trying to fight this golem. There we go, the golem. They look like golem. He's supposed to fight this golem, but he can't because his sword doesn't do enough damage. And then Daroma finally wakes up and come and block the attack. But before they get there, on the way, he was explaining to Hachimaru how the holder is actually a shield. He's a symbol of a samurai. Only a samurai can have a holder, and the holder is the only one who can hold the bone handle. Further down, when he started fighting this samurai, this golem thing, he literally first he put a hole in his body and got the soul. I guess that's his soul, the samurai soul. He put it on the keybone, and then he had his samurai weapon. So that's the true samurai weapon. It's not a katana that they have. The katana, I guess, is a weapon, but it's not necessarily the main weapon that a samurai possess. Because you can see Hachimaru could not cut the golem, but Daroma was able to cut it with ease with the true samurai sword that he used with the bone. So again, this chapter is establishing that the samurai in this show is not just limited to one thing. They have many potential. So that definitely gives them a lot of freedom to do anything they want to do. So I can definitely see samurai not only using so many weapons, but some of them will be only comfortable with certain weapon that they will develop a certain kind of fighting style with. So like for him, he even used 2 pistols, and then at one point he seems like his holder kind of transformed into this weird airplane type thing and kind of shielded him. He turned into like a legit samurai with all this samurai armor on it, and then around him he had all this other armor that was protecting. And when he got close to the golem, those armor things were started shooting the golem as well, where he was shooting him too, and then he cut him in half. So that is amazing. So it looks like they're going to have a lot of variation of weapon in this show already, which is, for me, I'm loving it. You know, it's not limited to one thing. They have a lot of freedom to do a lot, because it's basically establishing that the key holder to a samurai is very important. They don't tell us exactly how important it is. Is it like life and death threatening kind of thing? They don't say it, but they say it's very important. So we need, at least there you understand that this thing is very valuable to a samurai. So a samurai truly need to have a key holder, because the key holder is the only thing that can hold, the only thing that can bring out the true weapon, which is being used with a samurai sword. So once you have a samurai sword, you put it on that key holder, that's how you can summon your true weapon. I'm guessing every samurai sword weapon will be a sword like energy type thing, or can it be different type of weapon? Maybe like one can use a samurai sword and that can be a scythe, or one can use samurai sword and can be 2 daggers. So I'm just wondering, kind of like speculating right now, honestly, to see, kind of get an idea of this whole thing. I'm hoping that there's a lot of variation and not just sword. But he basically went on a rampage and killed all of those golems. And then at the end, he finally gave Hachimaru his key holder, and then told him, as long as you have this key holder. How do you pronounce this guy's dog name? I think it's pronounced Ayataro, whatever Ayataro. He said, as long as you have that, Ayataro will always be your holder, and he's only going to be yours, no one else but you. So that implies if you lose that, or if somebody else take it, then you will lose that loyalty that you have with him. So basically the loyalty between them depends on that key holder. And then the samurai symbol is his samurai sword. That's the true weapon of a samurai. So those things are already established. That's what we know from so far. And I'm guessing when they're going to be training next chapter, we are probably going to see Hachimaru finally use or expose his true samurai sword, and we will see what it is. Maybe it's going to be the same weapon that the first samurai that he fought kind of had when they first fought, when Hachimaru kind of killed himself. Or maybe it's going to be something different, probably another katana, who knows. But we'll see. This was a good chapter, kind of pushed the story forward, but in a really, really strong way. Kind of give us a lot of things already, and it's just, I guess they just want to set all the ground rule right from the beginning. And you can tell this story is going to be a long story. This journey at least is going to be a long journey to find all the samurai that need to be found. So definitely I'm kind of excited, because this here is really exciting for me. Reading them, like, yo, this is actually kind of amazing so far. The lore look really great. So I hope you guys stay on the journey, and let's keep going, and let's keep enjoying this manga, comic, whatever you want to call it. I will see you guys later. Remember, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. That actually helped me a lot. I really do appreciate for those who do, because I know nobody has done it yet. So just go ahead and do it. It doesn't cost you anything. You just click subscribe, click, hit the bell, click, like the video, click, you out of the video. That's all you have to do. So I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.